Hello guys, it's BlackWhite here, so welcome on my another video. Today I will do a short review of NZXT 140 Havik CPU cooler. I would say Havik 140 CPU cooler, sorry. I just decided to back to air cooling again and no longer using water cooling loop in my computer. Right, so let's have a look on the cooler itself. As you can see, it has two fans, 140 millimeters each, white, and the cooler itself it's not very big, I would say, and compared to the Noctua HD14 is a half size, I would say, and it's quite heavy. It weighs over the 1 kilo with fans attached, but it's not big at all. The only thing, if you would like to buy this cooler for yourself, the only thing you have to be aware is the height of the RAM sticks. If you are using your RAM and you are using the first slot, first DIMM on your motherboard for your RAM, you need to buy the low profile or standard profile RAM. If you will buy the high RAM with the high heatsink, it won't fit. So if you are using, the second slot, everything will be fine and you can put the RAM no problem at all. So I will show you. So on the second one is fine, you can use the high profile RAM, but if you want to put your RAM into the first slot, as I'm using, you need to use the standard profile RAM. Okay, so now as you can see there is no graphics card, and that's why I decided to take it off and I'm using the onboard graphics card now. I would like to show you how quiet this cooler is, so I will close up my microphone. Now it's roughly 10 centimeters from the fan, and have a listen. Alright, and I'm using two 120mm Beat Phoenix Spectre fans at the top as an exhaust, one at the back as an exhaust as well, and one at the front 230mm fan, also Beat Phoenix Spectre. And I have no professional device for measuring the decibels, but I'm using my iPhone now. As you can see, the iPhone is roughly 1 foot from the computer, and I will shut up now, and you can see how quiet this computer is. So as you can see, it's roughly 40-41 decibels with the side panel off. So with the side panel on, probably it would be maybe 39-38. And the fan, of course, on the power supply doesn't spin now as it's idling, so there is no fan working on the power supply at this moment. The fans on the cooler itself are spinning at roughly 850 RPMs. Okay. And now I will show you charts. I've done some testing. So as you can see, the first chart is when the CPU is idling. The CPU is i7 2700K, and at the stock speed, the blue bar is for is the water cooling, and the red bar is the air cooling. So as you can see, on the water cooling, when idling at 3.5 GHz, the temperature was 1 degree higher on the liquid cooling loop compared to the air cooling, which is surprising. And when 4.6 GHz with a little bit more voltage, that was exactly the same, 29 degrees. That is the average temperature of 4 cores of my CPU. So this is looking like this, yeah. And now when under a full load, I will scroll down a little bit. Again, the blue bar is for liquid cooling and the red one for air cooling. So the processor was overclocked up to 4.6 GHz using the 1.36 volts on the core. And as you can see, I was using Prime for testing. Each run 30 minutes Prime 95, and that's the temperatures. So as you can see on the liquid cooling, and the average was 46.5, and on the air cooling 52, which is not bad result. And at 4.6 gigahertz, and this is surprising me as well, on the liquid cooling we had 60 degrees and on air cooling 62. So the question is, why on the when the CPU was set up at the stock speeds, why the difference is nearly 6 degrees, and here at 4.6 is only 2? And the answer is very basic, very simple. When the CPU was at the stock speeds, the fans on the cooler didn't speed up more than 850 RPMs. So they were working at 850 all the time. And I've set the limit for the temperature limit for my CPU in my BIOS 60 degrees. So if the CPU will reach 60 degrees, the fans will speed it up. But it didn't, so that's why the difference is nearly 6 degrees. But here, when the processor was overclocked up to 4.6 gigahertz, the fans on the cooler was spinning at the full speed, 1200 RPMs. So that's why the difference is only 2 degrees, if you know what I mean. So, assuming all of this, I'm very pleased and I'm very happy with this cooler. As I said, it's not very big. It's, I would say, maybe 3/4 of Noctua cooler, the size of course, and it's performing very well. And usually, I mean, what is important for me when idling, I'm working a lot, with my computer when idling, so I would like to, have the very quiet computer. And to be honest, this is quieter now than I was using my water cooling setup, because I had more fans into my case, 3 fans on the radiator, and the fans were spinning, a little bit faster, and that was much more, I mean, maybe not much more, but was noisier than now. So I'm very happy, and as I said, I can recommend this cooler to anyone who is using the 1155, 1156, even 1366 sockets motherboards. It is very efficient, very quiet, very nice build, good quality. So I'm really recommending this to anyone. So hope you like my video. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to click like if you like it, of course, and thank you for watching.